And here we have the first signs of the cherry blossoms. I look forward to seeing them blow. Got myself some deep fried mozzarella balls and some awesome looking tempura batter, like really thin and crispy. Looking forward to these. Got myself a pot as well. Got some fried fish as well. Fish and chips, well, fish and rice, Asian style. Looks amazing as well. Just some absolute delight. That really thin but crispy tempura batter, and then really juicy fish, thick flesh. I think they described it as, and they're not wrong. And I really like what's the word? Sharp but not overwhelming tartar sauce. Very tangy. So here's today's Friday beer. Not KFC this week. I'm not quite sure what this is. Like caramelised onions, omelette, and some rice at £4. So good lunch. So I'm going to try and get myself some street food in these lovely stalls. I can't believe it's taken me 3 weeks to get street food, but here I am. I've just finished my first session of the house dance course, which is really cool. So 2.5 hours, like really drilling down some of the basics, which I really needed. But it was good. His advice to me was just to not try and learn everything at once, which I have a habit of trying to do, and just feel the music, which is, I can do that. It's really cool. So it was nice to have the loud music on and just feel the steps, and then also learn the steps as well, and see the similarities with Techion as well, which is cool. I had a good Techion class as well this week, where we were doing a lot more footwork, and actually immediately it's the same in house dance. We're just doing this bounce, like keeping your bounce going, and I can already see the similarities between the two. So like I'm already thinking I could put some music on and do the steps. So it's good when you get these like principles that apply to both. So I was already looking at the crossover with martial arts and dance, and within one lesson of both I've already found something. I thought I'd have to dig a bit deeper, but not, which is really great. So I'm just trying to get some tteokbokki, the rice cakes again, and hopefully they'll be good. So I'm just going to get, you can probably see it behind me, try not to film people. So I've really gone for the authentic Asian street food experience. I'm standing on a street corner, piping hot food in the rain, a little bit covered, and about to tuck into this spicy tteokbokki, which looks amazing. So the teacher of the course was the guy Tae-sung, the nicest guy in the world, and he's an awesome dancer. And he was good. So a lot of it was in Korean, but he was able to, like, for me, he was just doing maybe a bit more like visualization. And the main thing he said in English at the beginning was the main thing he wants from it was to transfer his energy from him to us, and that really came across. He had some cool thing where he was like, he walks into a club and then he'll hear the music, and then he's like grabs the energy from the music, shoves it under his belly, and just works with it, and then he releases it back out again. And that's kind of a good way to think of it. So you kind of feel it and then work with it, and then move it on when you're done. This was described as long and big, and I don't think it's wrong. So hopefully you can see he was doing like a flamethrower on it as well, which is great. And coated in like spicy red pepper sauce. I guess it's gochujang. It's big, it is big. come to get some Neapolitan style pizza, which is, yes, I'm in Korea getting pizza. This is kind of the kind of thing I do when I'm in England, so I guess I'm here long enough I don't need to have Korean food every day. I'm interested to see how good they do the Neapolitan style. It looks really, really good. They also gave me free grapefruit juice. They just came over and after I ordered the pizza and said, pointed at the drinks menu, and I ordered it and I went, on the house. So that was really nice of them. I mean, it's definitely as good as any pizza I've had in the UK, and I've eaten a lot of pizzas. So it seems like they like the tomato quite sweet, so do I, and then cheese is it's mozzarella, but it's still got a good taste to it as well, and the dough is really light and airy, and, but crispy on the outside. So nice one. Quite nice to see the cherry blossoms out. Don't think they're in full bloom yet, but they come out a long time before the other ones, so you can see that some of the other trees are not so in bloom, but it makes them stand out a lot, so it's cool. Really nice. Everyone's out here taking pictures of their dogs. Lazy Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so I think I was saying about the Korean government testing on the foreigners. They've actually backtracked on it because of an international backlash. So they're essentially shamed into reversing it, which is kind of unprecedented, because I mean, especially in Korea, there's this culture of you don't answer back to your bosses. So like, if your boss has a bad idea, you wouldn't tell them it's bad. You just go like, yeah, okay, good one, and then you just keep your mouth shut, which has the potential for stuff like this to happen. So I can kind of understand. Oh, I'm trying to get used to this new gimbal and it keeps like flying off. So forgive me for the moment. So what was I saying? About the UK government had to come out and say it's not acceptable, it's a bit racist, essentially like discriminating. So the Korean government stepped down. I mean, it is a bit rich, like countries like the UK and the US to be a bit racist, given that Korea's had those centuries of their country being infiltrated by the Japanese or the US and taken over. So it was a thing in Korean culture called Han, which is a bit like a deep sense of injustice beneath everything else. So it's a bit like why the K-dramas are so emotional. It's because there's this deep emotional sense that at some point their stuff could be taken away. So I guess that's why they're especially wary of foreigners, and I can kind of understand where it's coming from, but really there's no other way to address it other than it's a little bit racist.